Hello, everybody! And don't you know, there's only 5 days left to support my book, Bizarre Lego, on Kickstarter. Be sure to check out the link in the description down below, because this is a book that I have poured so much time and passion into. It is the epitome of everything that I've enjoyed as a Lego fan for over 20 years. Almost 25 years, actually. And I really want this thing to come out as soon as possible for everybody to enjoy. All different kinds of things about Lego, old, new, and obscure. So check that out in the description down below or the pinned comment section for more information. It's also 5 days from now that I will be hosting a live stream on Saturday, January 14th at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This will be during the last 3 hours of the of the Kickstarter, as it will be active. So, come on in. We'll have a good time. I'm willing to take any questions and comments and concerns up to that point. It helps. But I will be also talking with everybody throughout the live stream as well. So, be sure to check that out as well. We have a bizarre Lego haul for you today. And these are some items that I didn't think for a while I was going to be able to find in order to get them into the book. And now I could revise the manuscript, and it wouldn't take that long, luckily. But now I actually have these items in hand in order to photograph them and be more in-depth about them. And they can make it into the book. So there are technically 3 items that I ordered at the same time from eBay when I found them recently. Unfortunately, 2 of those items have arrived. The first one, or rather the third one, isn't going to be here until the 26th, aka my birthday. So it is not going to be available throughout the live stream, but I will make a video about it when it does arrive. I will post about it to the socials, so follow me and subscribe and all that jazz to see more about that. It's a really cool item. It is definitely a bizarre, nobody would have thought of this kind of Lego item. And it all fits, all 3 of these items fit into the Lego lifestyle chapter of my book. These are the kinds of things you could have Lego themed around your house that are separate from what you could build or what you can use in your, regular Lego space. It's the kind of things that could exist anywhere else in your home if you really wanted to. I actually had an idea, over a year ago, about almost 2 years ago actually, about what if you could live your entire life in Lego branded items or Lego themed merchandise, and you could get pretty far with it. So that was the basis for what the lifestyle chapter of Bizarre Lego is about. So I cover all that kind of stuff in there. I don't know if that video is going to come out, but this chapter of Bizarre Lego definitely dives deep into that, way deep. And here's a couple of those items. So start things off strong. You may have seen this before. I'm finally happy to have one myself. This is the Blockadile. This is one of several different Lego cleaning products that were released over time. Back in the 80s and 90s or so, there were actually a couple of them called the Brick Vac. It was a small, rectangular shaped object with a very, very narrow handle. I know it's made for kids, but it's still uncomfortable. But it is a very narrow handle thing that you could push along the floor and would sweep up bricks into a small container in the back of it. You could remove a base plate in order to get to those bricks or build on top of it. And a very similar thing like that was made in 2004 with this Blockadile. This was a product that was made for Duplo in mind, hence the cute crocodile nature of it. Those kinds of eyes are very, similar to what you see for a lot of Duplo animal eyes. You could actually build on top of this thing. So you could actually bring this to Brick Fair, built on top of it as a Lego Duplo mock if you wanted to. I've seen Stranger Things, and I don't mean the TV show. I have seen the TV show, but not all of it, but that's beside the point. This works in a very similar way where it has these rubberized wheels and spins along either forward or backward and basically sweeps up whatever runs across it most of the time. The thing is, this can vary on its usage depending on where on the floor you have it. It works well with hardwood floor, but it doesn't work so well with carpet or rug, that kind of, friction going against this thing. Not to mention, for both the Brick Vacs and the Blockadile, the wheel is only in the front. So you kind of have to tilt this thing a bit upward in order to properly feed it through. This thing does not have any wheels on the underside of it. It just kind of has these little nubs to balance it out, so you can kind of roll it straight forward on the floor, but I wouldn't advise it because it doesn't always work out so well like that. This thing is also kind of funny because it has these screw holes in the bottom of it, and when I received mine, it actually had this Lego wheel stuck in the bottom of it. That is not coming out, or at least not without tearing the whole thing apart. And I don't want to do that. So it's actually funny that it's in there. It has not affected any of its performance up to this point. I know other companies have made similar things like this. Nerf made one like that a few years ago, or had a branded one like that, I should say. They didn't technically make it. They outsourced it to someone else. But this is a Lego version from 2004, and it has a lot of room inside of there. The plate you can fit along top of there is an 8x8 Duplo plate. It did actually arrive, like, originally with Duplo bricks involved with it, but they're really common bricks. So it's not a big deal of getting this thing used nowadays. I was scouring this for a while, and there were not a lot of options until more recently when I found it. And some of them actually didn't have stickers on the eyes left over. This one, it's got some scratches, but still gets the job done. I think it still looks pretty good. I don't mind a little bit of wear and tear on some of these, and even some of the other Lego products that I have in Bizarre Lego, but it's still very cool to see in person. I've actually rolled up some of my cat's toys with this thing. These little like fur ball kind of things, just to see if it works with other stuff. So yeah, it works fine for the most part. It is still kind of a tiny handle for it, at least to an adult, but it looks more comfortable than for a kid because it actually has a dip in here instead of it just being straight across like the brick vacs are. I have 2 of the 3 or 4 brick vacs that exist. There are different styles of them. They have different colors, mostly red and yellow. And with that, I also got a whole bunch of Duplo bricks. I was like having some extra Duplo bricks to play around with. I do have some of them that I use for filler brick and some mocks. Hopefully we'll see more about that in 2023. And yeah, in this particular box, they did shuffle around quite a bit when they arrived. So they're not all in the bag it was supposed to be inside of this box. I did find a couple of system bricks in here, surprisingly. Like this corner door piece, which I like. Hey, I'll take it. That is a fantastic piece to have on the off chance I want to build something more for Studside Heights. We'll see more about that when it's ready. So, yeah, pretty good package. I do also keep some Duplo bricks around for an event that I host every New Year's Eve. I get invited to a first night in Morristown. I haven't shared a lot about it on the channel, but it's a thing I've been doing for many years, and I really enjoy hosting it in its own Lego building area. So I do have some Duplo with that. This year I also brought some Jumbo bricks. I brought Quattro, which I've brought in the past as well. And a whole lot of system brick, like tables upon tables of it. I have some video and photos posted throughout the socials. So you can check me out on Maniac for Bricks Official on Instagram to see a lot more photos about that. And how wide of an area I cover. It's like a whole cafeteria worth of building. And I did post some shorts on here on YouTube about it not that long ago. On New Year's Eve, actually. Now, the second item I have here was safely delivered and very carefully wrapped up in its own box. I wonder where it's from. I know I said in the beginning it's from eBay, but that's a running gag I have on the channel. I always like to say, you know, the most obvious thing. It's like, I wonder where it's from, when it says very clearly with the tape all over it. But inside of there, it also had some paper wrapping. It had this odd mesh bag that was also taped up. But it's good because this thing is not that easy to come by. I found maybe 1 or 2 of these on eBay, and this one was sealed, so it's in as good condition as possible. And that also meant it cost more than 2 of the Blockadile. So, this thing I've known about. I remember reading catalogs back in the day, like 2009 or so, about this thing, but I never owned one until now. So, I knew this existed. What I didn't know was, this is a regular thing. I didn't know this as a kitchen utensil in general. This is a Lego rolling cookie cutter. Rolling cookie cutter. Never really knew that was a thing. I know of the regular cookie cutters. They're just a big stencil that you can like press on top of the cookie dough and make whatever shape cookies you want to. And Lego has made several of those, and there are still ones out to this day. What I didn't know is that the rolling ones were actually a thing beyond Lego. Because everything I learned is pretty much through Lego. Either there was a Lego version of it, or Lego introduces it in some way. This is how it works in my life. And that's how you know I'm passionate about Lego. So, this one, I don't know if I'm actually going to break it out of the seals just yet. Definitely not going to do it here on video for now. But it makes 2x2 bricks. As you roll it across a sheet of cookie dough, it'll just make as many as possible from one to the next to the next. That's kind of the idea of the rolling cookie cutter in general, is that it takes up as much space as possible to make as many cookies in a given mold, in a given style. So there's a look at it from the back. You can see how it actually rolls along there with a sheet of dough. It says it's item 852530 from 2009. And it is dishwasher safe, apparently. That is cool. So yeah, I did mention this. I think I tweeted about it and then posted about it on Instagram that I was getting 3 items. If you already follow me through those other socials, you know what those, you know what that other item is, and I am super excited about that one. But these are 2 of the items so far. These are new additions to the Lego Lifestyle section of Bizarre Lego. Again, be sure to check that out on Kickstarter while it's still available, while the campaign is still running. I'm willing to answer any questions and comments and concerns all the way through, as I've been throughout the past 2 months. So, 5 more days, we got the Kickstarter going. 5 more days until the live stream for the last 3 hours of the Kickstarter, and I will see you then. Hope you guys have a wonderful time. I will have some more videos real soon of regular Lego content, and take care, everyone. We'll see you next time with more Lego videos.